Israel estimates over 600 dead. Troops in firefights with terror squads in South.
Here's a summary of the article.
Israeli authorities confirmed early Sunday morning that at least 300 people were killed and dozens others were captured in a shock offensive. Dozens of Israeli captives, including numerous women, children and elders, are believed to have been taken into the Gaza Strip. More than 3,000 rockets from Gaza have been fired into Israel, including on Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. U.S. President Joe Biden said late Saturday in a statement following Hamas' attack on Israel that the United States stands with Israel and will not ever fail to have their back. We'll make sure they have what their citizens need to continue to defend themselves. I spoke to Prime Minister Netanyahu and told him Israel has the right to defend itself and its people. I'll stop. My administration's support in Israel's security is rock solid and unbreakable, Biden added. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said that the United States would work to ensure that Israel has what it needs to defend itself. The European Union's head of foreign affairs, Josep Borrell, said as an X post, "We follow with anguish the news coming from Israel. We unequivocally condemn the attacks by Hamas. This horrific violence must stop immediately. Terrorism and violence solve nothing. The EU expresses its solidarity with Israel in these difficult moments." The Gaza Health Ministry reported that so far 198 people have been killed and 1,610 have been injured in IDF strikes on the Gaza Strip.
This post received a score of 18,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It's 700 now. The numbers are rising not because there are more murders, but because forces reached the areas that had been massacred to clear out the corpses.
Over 1,000 now.
Not doubting it, but do you have a source so I can show others?
Officially at over 700.
Looks like they got to the festival site massacre.
260 dead at the festival alone.
So they just opened fire on a bunch of unarmed festival goers?
Yes. They also captured, raped, and executed a number.
Does anyone have an idea of what Israel will do to get the hostages back? It's looking pretty bleak, but this is also the country that exchanged 1,000 plus prisoners for a single captive soldier. But a prisoner exchange would be after the war is over, and I don't think they're in the mood for a ceasefire right now. Wouldn't Hamas just execute the hostages if Israel tried to free them by force?
As an Israeli, here's my guess. The IDF will try to free them by force and surprise, until every hostage is either saved or dead. Then, once the barrier to leveling the whole place go down, they'll do just that and throw Gaza as thrown all the way back to the Stone Age.
This has been their current strategy and they've been doing it with mixed success as far as the hostages go. From my understanding, it's basically, there's too many hostage scenarios and we can't afford resources to wait out every single one. So we just go in and kill everyone with a gun and hope for the best. They're in a shitty situation, so I get it. They can either do nothing and hope Hamas doesn't kill them or take more hostages, or just go in and hope for the best, preventing them from taking more hostages. Some will die, but it's better than everyone dying.
It's also important to note that their military is conscripted. These are men and women around the age of 20. The notable units here are extremely well trained, given the extremely brief service length. While American SOF units spend years to decades in their role, even some of Israel's most elite SOF units spend only 4 years in their roles. They're trained to do their jobs one way and they lack the training to do things any other way. The complicated nature of this situation doesn't change much in how they operate, but it does change the quality of the outcome.
There are units of soldiers that have remained on in military careers and trained for a decade with their squads, and across a variety of scenarios. Higher-tier operators are often in their later 20s and 30s after many missions and years of training. It's similar to American Tier 1 operators that remain on for several enlistments, often spanning 15 years or more. They are more effective in dynamic situations.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.